following presentation of the National Football League.
Representing the legendary Al Davis and the team's will to just win, baby. The torch is lit before every game inside of Allegiant Stadium as these fans hope it indeed drives their Raiders to victory in Vegas. Tonight, we're keeping it in the AFC West. It's the LA Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. On the Rams sideline, you get a look at their head coach. Not much of a party for them in Brazil last week as they left Sao Paulo with a loss. Running the show across the field, the head coach of the Raiders. She, of course, coming off that historic first win for a female coach in the NFL. I'm Kate Scott here with Brock Heward. Everybody just about set. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. Darius Davis to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They're led out by the sixth-year pro out of Oregon. Productive his entire career so far. You and I are both big fans of this guy, Justin Herbert.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. I'm curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
On the play fake, it's Herbert. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. New set of downs for him from the 46.
16 yards. And the Chargers first down.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders side of the field. Now a moment to check out his numbers catching that football last week.
Brings up the second down at the Raiders' 48-yard line.
2nd and 3 now. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. Stiff arm success. And he's going to set them up with a first down on a huge gain.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Chargers.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10. Here's Hampton.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
He's got it near the 10. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. And he has the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. Well, we all know, Brock, you want your players to get better as the game goes on and as they settle into a contest. But, man, it is tough to imagine this guy getting any better than he was on that opening drive, huh?
Yeah, you hear me all the time just talk about getting the quarterback in the rhythm, right?
Yeah.
Just feel of the game. Yeah, you can't be much better than that. A perfect 5 for 5, and to finish it off for 6, that is a sweet feeling heading to the sidelines.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Ticker all lined up and ready to boot it away. He fields it from the 8. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. And leading them out, you and I have both covered this guy, Brock, a veteran drafted back in 2013, coming off a career high in passing yards last season. It's Geno Smith.
Not been a whole lot of careers quite like Geno's. The miraculous second act of his career in 2022 is now old news. And I think it's because of a stubbornness, a stick-to-itiveness, and a competitiveness that few have.
And he's down after getting this up to the 41. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
First and 10 from the 41. Back-to-back carries here. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Pressure comes, Smith. Throwing the out route complete. And they make the stop, we're going to say about the 37-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 37-yard line.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. There's a dive up the middle. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's a Vegas first down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. They only get a yard out of that run. It's going to be second down.
Brings up second down.
Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Seventh play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap to Smith. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Buying some time right. It's caught at the 4. Ooh, and he's not going to score, but they're just a yard away now as this sets up first and goal.
We feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game that defenses are on those kind of plays. Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
And they're going to run for the first time now with the rookie from Boise State. The charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short.
It ended up being a failure right up front. The entire play, when you get in these goal-to-go situation, hinges on that initial surge. It gives some credit to the defense. They win right there at the point of attack, and because of it, well, that play goes backwards.
Hey, here we go, hey. There we go,
An early jump of the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense. So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards. Penalty drops him at the 1, so they've got a couple of shots left at it. It's second and goal.
Hey, here we go.
They'll run here following the penalty. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up third and goal.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
They go to him again. And he's in this time. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders finish off their opening drive. Well, his coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On return, here comes Davis. Escapes a defender. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you got to imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Into the hands of Conklin. And he's brought down after a short game. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
At the 29-yard line.
Herbert from the gun. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And some excellent work on this play. It takes him a while to get to him downfield.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
Shotgun give to Hampton. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he's going to be marked down about 4 yards away from that first down marker.
3-yard pickup. And it's third down.
The Raiders go a nickel on this third down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
And this angles out and hits the sideline. That's a good punt there. They're pinned at their own 8. Second drive coming up for the Las Vegas offense. And this is an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Smith. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And he's there to send that one away. Incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Back to the air. It's Smith. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
I can promise you that is a throw. As a quarterback, when it leaves your hands, you do not want to flirt with as this game goes on. That is a prime one that DB could cut off and take the other way.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. From the gun, Smith hits his running back. And he's taken to the ground after a nice push downfield. We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They're looking at 1st down here. And again, it's Smith. Ooh, that one's nearly intercepted. The defense read that one perfectly. A poor choice to make that throw. 2nd down coming up. All right, still 10 to go here after they almost had an interception on 1st down. 2nd and 10 now. That one's on the mark. Jacoby Myers. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Smith on 1st down. Completed over the middle. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. There's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. The running back gets it on the draw. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
If you really study the great teams when it comes to running that play, that draw concept, watch the offensive line's pad level. Those defenders, those linebackers, they're looking for cues and tells. That offensive line gives it away, that play gets hit in the mouth. Instead, well, those guys sold it just perfectly, and the yards followed.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Stopped by Deion Henley.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
And finally, they bring him down. He shook up a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. They give it to him again. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. He gets 6 on that play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
They're cobbled together a yard there. That was Jamari Caldwell making the stop.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. And the Chargers are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Herbert back to throw. On the screen, this is Harris. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets him back behind the sticks.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Has a man downfield. This is Washington. And he will take this down near the opposing 35-yard line. Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play.
Los Angeles.
Play action now for Herbert. Dump off to his fullback. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Herbert throwing again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Now Herbert again. Pressure comes, and he's taken down. The Raiders got him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Raiders back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They aren't even quite sure what this team is going to settle in as this season, Brock, but already this is an important contest for them that could have postseason implications down the line. The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10.
I got him, on me.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And gets him around 6 there. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. And we haven't even hit the break yet, but already we're looking at this likely becoming a 100-yard game for him in the very near future, and expect more to follow after that. Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. From the 28. He's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Back to the well again. That's a nice running there on that 7-yard gain. Make it 2nd down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. first run of the game, Zamir White. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
This is Cox. That's Bowers working downfield. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage.
39 yards. That's good for another Las Vegas. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Raiders with a chance to break this tie. They'll come up first and 10.
Here we go. You know this.
Smith to the air now. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders get some late points and the lead. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all, at this point, expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Carlson now to add one more. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7. The Raiders kicking team is out there and they'll boot this away. On the return, here comes Davis. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. They've stalled out since that first touchdown, Brock, while their opponents have done the opposite. They've heated up, and their original 7-point lead, now a deficit of 7. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Herbert now off the play fake. Connects on the crosser. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
A gain of 14. And the Chargers first down.
Here's Herbert, first and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away.
A loss of 7 yards.
Another try following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He finds Johnston. And he's going to be taken down, but plenty of damage already done. Timeout call by the Chargers. They're first.
First down, Chargers.
First and 10, Herbert. Hits him on the out route. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. Herbert to throw once more. Jump off, caught by his back. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get in the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Ball at the 33 for first down. It's Herbert once more. Completed to his running back. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. LA uses a timeout here. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Go.
First and 10. Here's Herbert. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Was hoping to get that one to Keenan Allen, and that'll bring up second down. Herbert from the gun. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Hey, Kate, you know as a quarterback, every decision you make's got a consequence. Some good, some bad. But that one right there, throwing into double coverage, making that decision to force the issue into double coverage in the end zone, that's a consequence that pays dearly.
The Raiders going to get the football one final time in the first half. They're up by 7. We'll see if they choose to just rest on that going into halftime. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's first and 10. They go play action. Here's Smith. And he won't find an escape. They converge and drop it for the safety. How about the big fella in the middle coming through? Get out of his way, disrupting everything. How about that?
Why am I picturing some household, I don't know where, but a mom and dad and aunt and uncle and old coach, somebody celebrating because that defensive tackle just made his name known. They eat double teams. They gobble up people at the line of scrimmage. Not often do they make the headlines. Not often do they get to score, but the big fella just did.
Throwing on first is Herbert. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And he's going to score on the pick six. Touchdown, Las Vegas. You want to know how strong the coverage was there? And they even had that underneath throw locked down, Brock, and he took it the other way.
It's really, really hard to find a better rep than that one in coverage. You're so spot on. Covered it down the field. Usually a gimme to the running back. The only thing was a gimme was give me 6.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders push the lead up to 12. Some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. On the return, here comes Davis. Jukes one defender, and this drive will start inside the 25. First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he's going to get forward for a gain of about 7 on that run. It's second down. Before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
Brings up second and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Back to throw it. Finds him over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. So a 2-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hanson. Scott?
Our tour of the NFL starts now. It begins in Houston. The Texans at home to take on Tampa Bay. Okay, Kate, thanks very much. It's our second week in studio, second week of the NFL season. Lots to get to, so let's get after it. And it's a welcome sight here. Back from injury, Chris Godwin. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Buccaneers get a second straight win to start the year as they get the tough road victory. Up next, here we go with the big one of the weekend, the Super Bowl rematch, Eagles and Chiefs from Kansas City. And it's the man, Saquon Barkley. He's going to take this one in, 11 yards on the touchdown run. The Eagles are off to a good start, 2-0 on the young season. Lastly, we go to Indianapolis. It's the Colts hosting the Denver Broncos. And it's a man, when he gets going, is one of the best in the game, Jonathan Taylor. He'll take it all the way to the end zone. What a play for the score. The Colts are in the win column. They win it in front of the home faithful and move to 1-1. With that, we give you a look at the rest of the early games and games still in progress here in Week 2 of the NFL season. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half, as we get you back out to Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
As always, a hat tip to our buddy Scott Hansen for his hard work there during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our third quarter. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. This return starts at the 5. This makes it up to the 25.
Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense is set. First and 10. Now Smith. Catch made underneath by the back. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Handoff on second and short. They stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up. Third and just 2 to go.
Brings up third down and 2.
Trying to pick this up on the ground. And the run will not work. He is soft at the line. This is going to be fourth and short.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
From their own side, they're going to go for this. They need about 2.
Here we go.
They got to jump up front as long as none of their guys win early, and this is going to give them the first down.
Defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Automatic first down.
A chance to get off the field goes by the wayside. The defensive penalty keeps him out there. Running it after the penalty. Brushes him off with ease. And finally, they're able to stop this play from getting any more yards.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
First and 10 from the 41. Sending him on the dive. Strong running inside the 30. And he's tackled downfield, but look back where that flag rests. Yep, we got a flag in the backfield. I don't think this one's going to stand. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Play fake. Now Smith to throw. Ooh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Here we go, second and very long. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Hey, look. Hey, go flip her up. Flip her up. Reload your shit.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. Complete beyond the marker. Running in the red zone. And he's in. Touchdown! The Raiders grow the lead coming out of halftime. So the back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him or check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
Carlson now to add one more. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders go up by 19. All right, thanks so much, Scott. We are back and about set to begin our second half. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On return, here comes Davis. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now L.A. getting its offense all set to go. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. They've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. L.A. offense all set. Here's first and 10. Herbert. Short pass brought in. And he'll work this one up to the 28. Jeremy Chin there on the stop.
Well, that's a modest little drag route. But if you really just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Hits his running back. And this one does not go far.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short.
Kate, it has been a tough slog for them to keep up at any point in this game. And failing to convert on that third down, yet another symptom of the overall illness of the day.
Punt meets him at the 28. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Raiders returning their offense and this running back to the field. They get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10. Dive play straight ahead. Jukes out a one stop. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Kate, a run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Here we go. Check 58.
They'll run here on first down. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
He was taken down.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Ready.
Smith back to throw. Hits him on the in route. And he's right up next to that 1st down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
A gain of 9.
Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. It's complete. This is Bowers. And he's brought to a stop after he found plenty of room to run. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game, even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down. None of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is...
It is into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas! The Raiders keeping the pedal forward and adding 6 more. Carl. In to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders continue piling on to this lead. Thanks so much for that look around the league, Scott. Now let's turn our attention back to this one as we get set to begin our 3rd quarter. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On return, here comes Davis. Oh, and he eats a hit to bring it into that, right near the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. And this has become must-score territory now every time out as they trail by a full 4 possessions in this 2nd half. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Caught by his back. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Out of the gun, here's Hampton. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
It's a gain of 4.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Here's Herbert. Pressure comes, and he's taken down. The Raiders got him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
You know, when we watch the combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Give now to the running back. And he comes through big here. 9 yards. It's 2nd down.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
Less than a ruler needed here on second down. Back-to-back carries here. And he pushes this up to midfield before going out. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. Now, after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Seven yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice run into extra effort. That's good for 7 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. Ooh, he made most of that one. Didn't he give him 9 yards on that 1st down carry?
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Plowing up the middle. And he's going to be stopped after a pickup of 9, and that's going to make it 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's Raiders ball, and this one looks like it may already be out of reach. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Raiders keep running away with this.
Okay, it was just a couple years ago when we saw those running backs get to the market and not get their money. Well, a performance like this is how you get paid. You show you could do it in a multitude of ways. Catch one for a touchdown through the air, pound, 3 of them on the ground for 6.
Carlson now to add one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again.
42. Chargers 9.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here comes Davis. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. The Charger offense making its way to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Herbert on first down. Looking to his fullback now. And progress finally halted after he picks up a chunk.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
1st and 10. Here's Hampton. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. To throw, Herbert. That's Harris on the right side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it brings up an LA first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
1st and 10, Herbert. He finds Johnston. He goes the distance. Touchdown, LA! The Chargers putting up points in a game decided. Dicker tacks on the extra points. And the Chargers still trail by a lot. It's a 26-point differential.
Chargers 16.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away.
For the Chargers.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Raiders and this running back headed back out for a new series. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go, hey. Here we go.
Now we're on the counter. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd.
Here we go.
Here's Genty running right. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
So now here's 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Catch left.
Shotgun snap to Smith. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
You never, ever, as an offense like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. The Chargers and Quentin Johnson returning to the field. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, looks like the 30.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first. Tight end going in motion here. First and 10. Here's Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Here's first and 10 from the 34. Herbert to throw once more. On the screen, this is Harris. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet. This is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards. And the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
We've gotten close to the line of the game. Down to the 25, third and maybe a yard.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Trying to sneak, it's Herbert. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
Throwing on first is Herbert. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Bronk. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but their heightened focus defensive.
Pressure comes, and he's taken down. The Raiders got him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
This defense has been doing it all, not just with the takeaways, but the pressure and what that does and how hard it is to play the quarterback position when you're taking a beating like this.
Herbert here, third and long. Complete right side to Washington. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I'll say this, Kate, this quarterback's got some courage right there. He throws it into double coverage, and he's got a guy there in coverage who's already picked him off, and he don't care. Kind of like that gunslinging attitude, but you better be careful the next time around.
Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this. Desperation time here. Johnson finds the football, complete. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be first and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe it.
Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Chargers making the scoreboard look a touch better. Najee Harris, the touchdown. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers get it back to a 19-point deficit.
Chargers 23.
Not really much of an avenue left for a comeback in this one, but they still have to try the onside kick here. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game. I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Back to the well again. And not much space available there. Maybe two. That brings up third down.
You know, some positive yardage here, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
On third down, Jeanty. And he hits a wall, stops at a yard. That's going to bring up fourth down. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. This is going to be a tough one, 55 yards away.
A 55-yard attempt.
That's going to catch the crossbar and be sent backwards. No good. And this stays a 19-point game.
Something I would have never said 20 years ago, Kate, when I started this business, but it rattles through my big old noggin now. That miss really has an effect on fantasy football owners more than anybody else. Imagine the poor soul somewhere, anywhere, who ends up losing in fantasy this week, specifically because of that miss.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Herbert from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled for a short gain. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Chargers hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 47. Complete to the rookie out of Auburn. And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running.
5 yards. First down, Chargers.
Herbert with a blitz coming. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion is still pretty good for the defense.
It's Herbert once more. Short pass brought in. And he gets this forward to the 19. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. On third and one, it's Herbert. Well, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. He was looking Keenan Allen's way there. So it's going to be fourth and short.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. And really one of the areas, when you watch college game to the NFL game, that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is cut. Working quickly here.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Chargers.
Herbert throwing again. Into traffic, complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers get it back to within 2 possessions. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. It kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's first and 10.
Here we go.
And off to Jeanty. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Hey, here we go.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Trying to fight free, he can't do so. They've got him behind the line. Now let's see, Brock, if they call their final timeout. The Chargers call a timeout. Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? They give up the guts. It's Genty. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Fair or unfair, I sit in a little bit of a judgment seat next to you up here, Cade, and I got to judge that one. That tells me that coach trusts his defense more than he does his offense in that situation.
And this one never had a shot. It's well over the goal line and the end zone entirely, and that'll be a touchback. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Throwing the out route complete. And this one doesn't go far. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away.
It's 2nd and 8.
And there's a spike. That's going to stop it at 33 seconds. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Motion man is the tight end here, going left. Throwing now. This is hauled in by Harris. He will be stopped now, but a lot to like about that effort.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Los Angeles.
And he spikes it here, 18 seconds to go. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Herbert now, blitz coming. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Offense up to the line fast.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Chargers 1st down.
Only able to get back to the line on that 1st down play, so no gain. The Black Hole can take that party over to the Vegas Strip as the Raiders win at home. And they're stacking momentum right away this season as they begin the year 2-0. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Huard, I'm Cade Scott. The Raiders winners as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.